Oh, I gotta actually log in to the HWR account. Oh shit, I don't have any battery left. Oh, feeling a little Ucey.
Oh yeah.
All right, share, copy link, Facebook's Houston Wrestling Radio.
En el face.
Post, paste. We are live. Tune in now. Boop. Share. Posting. Posted. Ta-da. All right. So let me find the post so I can share it on our individual pages. Posts. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Share. This jerk. SCEPHCH. There you are. That's your beautiful mug. What are we talking tonight? Crown Jewel? What else?
Yeah, Crown Jewel. That's better.
Tune in now. Boop. Share. Bada bang, bada boom. I got it.
Gabba gabba.
I got a gabagool. YouTube. Bring that back up. Let's see how long my battery actually lasts for the live chat.
That's what she said.
31%.
31%?
31%.
Oh, man. You underestimate yourself.
Yeah, well, you know.
What can you do?
I underestimate myself a lot of times. Yes. What is it, 408?
Yeah.
All right. Live from the landing strip in Houston, Texas is the 408th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Chris.
And thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. We very much appreciate it. If you are watching us live, log into your YouTube account. That way you could chat along with us in the live chat. I'll have you pulled up here as long as my phone stays charged. I'm at 30% right now.
You mean as long as your phone stays on? It's not charging.
On, right. It's not charging. So, yeah, as soon as this thing dies, then, well, too bad. I won't see it. But if my phone is alive and you're logged in and I see it, I'll involve you as best as I can in the show. So feel free to ask questions. Just say hi, fact check us, talk shit, whatever. I'll see it and I'll involve you. Now, if you are not watching this live, that's okay. You can still interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio, or just drop a comment down below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you know when we go live and all that stuff. So, yes. Chris, why are we high-fiving?
I miss you, man.
Oh.
It's been a month. You know what? I threw you off guard the last time we recorded. It's like, herp derp, 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
How are you to top that? I don't know. Let's not record for fucking 6 weeks.
That's one way to do it. You gotta make it special. You know, you gotta hold back.
Oh, shit. 6 weeks, bro.
It's been too long.
What has happened to us specifically in the last 6 weeks that caused us to be like, you know what? I might not be able to record tonight.
Postseason MLB baseball.
Yes!
Baby!
Ugh!
Sorry, I did not watch wrestling for the last 3 weeks. Well, no, it was more than 3 weeks. It was like 4 weeks. Yeah, I didn't watch any wrestling. Why? Because I was watching baseball. I was watching the Astros. I was watching that instead of wrestling whenever I was getting home from work. So, no, I didn't watch shit. I was watching
Houston Sports Radio. So Seattle put up a good fight.
Seattle did put up a good fight.
Yeah, they fought to get out of wild card into a division series.
The Astros swept the Mariners,
And
but every single one of those games, I thought we were going to lose.
Yeah,
and we went 3-0. We could have easily went 0-3 in that series.
scrappy little motherfuckers.
They were scrappy little motherfuckers. Like, I was shocked when we were at 1-0. I was like, oh fuck. When we were at 2-0. Oh, Jesus, but it still felt like we were 1-1. When we were like 3-0, I was like, wow. We actually did that? We swept them? Wait a second. No, we've been behind this entire series. What are you talking about?
Was Seattle who had gotten warmed up 3 games before they met us. And
then we had los Yankees.
Los Yankees. Los
pendejos. Now,
and what do we do to the Yankees?
We swept them motherfuckers. Oh, that was so sweet. I felt like that feeling was completely different than
how do you say
Seattle.
We want Houston in New York?
We want Houston.
Yeah, we laughing at you, motherfuckers.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can understand how we were feeling just a bit confident.
We felt a little bit more Ucey about it. Now, that series, I felt the exact opposite of the Seattle series. I was like, these bitches are gonna, we are sweeping you, you bitch. We're sweeping you. Yeah, you're gonna like it.
How much was the payroll this year? 200 and something
billion. Something ridiculous. Oh man.
Sidebar. Since we're in the business of laughing for the next 2 or 3 minutes,
how
about them Dodgers?
Oh, los Dodgers. Los Dodgers.
Who got 110 wins this season and couldn't even make it past the wild card?
Los Dodgers. Wow. I was surprised. They got 8 up. I can't believe it. Now, I didn't watch their series, but I saw the scores. And I was like, oh, we're not gonna have to worry about them. Yeah. Cool. So let's try to get to the Yankees. If we don't get got by these damn Mariners, let's get to the Yankees. And we're beating the shit off the Yankees. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and beat the shit off of the Yankees. Yeah, let's do it. And I felt like, and I knew this was bad. This was a bad feeling, but I knew that it was a bad feeling. So I felt weird. But the feeling was, we beat the Yankees.
We murdered the Yankees.
We won. We won. That's it. We're World Series champs. Oh, no, wait. There's another fucking series.
You had it in the bag.
Yeah. I was like, no, there's another fucking series. But we beat the Yankees. Like, it's like in the NBA, the East Coast and the West Coast. So West Coast always had the stacked fucking card. And, like, whoever squeaked in on the East Coast was fine if we're not talking about the LeBron and Dwayne Wade Heat years,
I was just
right?
about to say the Heat.
Like that was it. But without them, it was like nobody. Yeah, sure, the Bucks were pretty good there 2-3 seasons ago, whatever it was.
One season, Antetokounmpo.
Right. But for the most part, the East sucks. For the most part, the NL sucks, right? And if it's coming down to the Astros and the Yankees, and if the Astros beat the Yankees,
that's it.
All right, we're good. It's just like cherry on top going to actual World Series. But again, I felt bad for feeling that because we felt that in 2019. We felt that in fucking 2021. And what happened? The fucking Nationals and the fucking Braves just like got us out of nowhere, like caught us sleeping. So I was like, we can't have that same feeling. We got to stay humble. As much as I just wanted to go on Facebook and just talk shit to all the Yankees fans, which
earned that.
They earned it. But I didn't want to talk shit and then jinx for the World Series. So
that's one more World Series this year that the fucking Yankees got.
Oh yeah, yeah. But still,
fuck the Yankees.
I know, but still, I was like, all right. Let's see what the Phillies have. Let's see what they're really hot. Okay, they went through the fucking other side. Like, damn. Okay, they're
just as scrappy as Seattle.
And you know what? I don't know shit about the Phillies. Like, I didn't know any of these motherfuckers. I didn't know what was going on over there in Philly. Like, what the hell was they doing?
A part of me was like, you know what? Bryce is due. he left the Nationals for more money.
Yeah.
And that following season, the Nationals trucked us in the World Series.
Yeah.
So Bryce is like the Squidward and Patrick and SpongeBob are playing out there in the ocean. You know? So part of me was like, man, if Bryce gets it, I won't hate. I won't hate. And after game 2, I'm like, fuck him. I take that shit back.
Oh man. So I saw all of the Astros games except for one. The one that I did not watch was game 2 of the World Series. The reason why I didn't see game 2 of the World Series is because I had ring announcing duties that night. So I was at UPW doing my ring announcing thing. Yeah. But yeah, originally that wasn't going to be an issue because the rain delay, right? But the rain delay kind of fucked that up. But that's the one game out of the entire Astros postseason I did not get to see. But man, after game 1, I was like,
here we go.
Fuck.
We haven't lost since September 20th. We're 8-0 in the postseason. At that point, 8-0. And then game 2, and then Philly wins, and you're thinking, oh, shit.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just like the National Series, not one home team won.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, man, that juxtaposition of we've been killing people. There's body bags all over Main Street.
Yeah.
But the Phillies are like kicking out at 2.
But here's
literally at 2.
Here's what was driving my anxiety up so high. Here's what happened. After game 4 against the Yankees, one of the announcers, I don't remember who, one of the commentators said, there's only been 2 teams in MLB history to go undefeated into the World Series. And both of those teams, the Rockies and I forget what the other one was. Was it the Twins? I don't know. No, it was the Royals. Rockies and the Royals. Both of those lost the World Series. And I was like, fuck.
You were using your brain for that.
I know. And I was like, no way. No.
That's how you got.
Yeah. I was like, no. And so I was like, damn, we're already jinxed. Like we're going to our 4th World Series. The last 2 we lost. This one, man, if we lose it again, oh God, it's gonna be so bad, and people are just gonna talk about the cheating scandal of 2017, and that's it. It's like, oh God, this is like, I couldn't handle it. And then after game 1,
3 World Series in 5 years, though, with 1 win, you still wouldn't be.
No, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Why? Because we would be the fucking Jim Kelly's Buffalo Bills, right? They went to 3-4 Super Bowls in a row and won bumpkins.
Yeah, none.
Yeah, they didn't win any. So nobody gives a shit about Jim Kelly and the fucking Buffalo Bills. You know? Yeah, well, I mean. But, oh, man. Once we made it to Philly, split 1-1. Then it was 2-1. And I was
Philly's way.
Philly's way. And I was like, oh, shit, dude. I couldn't take it. We have to win this game 4. There's no other way. We gotta win this. If we don't win game 4, it's over. Even though it will be like, 3-2. It's like we've seen crazier shit, right? No, I was like, this game, and when we tied it, I was like, it's game on now.
We're back.
It's game on. Oh shit! And then boom, 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 right in a row. A la verga. In Houston, they won it, which was the first time in 9 years that the World Series was won on the home team.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was so great. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, it was awesome.
That got in the way of a lot of wrestling.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to refresh your memory. Try to turn a couple of those gears, see if we can get the wheel moving. First thought when you saw the return of Bray Wyatt.
At
Extreme Rules.
I mean, I thought it was interesting. Now I didn't see it like live. I didn't sit down and watch Extreme Rules, right?
Okay.
I knew that it had happened. And it's like, okay, hey, let's watch just this. So when I went and it wasn't like a surprise. Hell, going into Extreme Rules, everybody knew that it was going to happen, right? So it wasn't a surprise, but it was like, all right, cool.
Expected.
Yeah, it was almost expected. So let me watch it. And I watched it, and I thought it was cool, but it left a lot to it left more questions than answers in my mind. Was it neat seeing the Funhouse, the Firefly Funhouse
turn on for a second or live?
No,
the characters?
Yeah, live. The characters become live. Become. I can't think of the word humanized, but what's the word when they're anthropomorphic? That I don't know.
We'll call it humanized.
Yeah, whatever. When they're humanized in like human forms, like I thought that was cool. But I also thought that there was just too much, man. There was too much of like the getting it started, getting it going. Here's the music. Here's the other music. Here's the door. Here's everybody out there. Oh, we're back at the door. Now the lights are off. Now they're on. Now they're
scare the commentary team.
Oh, Jesus. Like, okay, we get it. Yeah. We know it's Bray. Let's get to the fucking
meat and potatoes.
The sizzle, man. Like, yeah, all right. Let's dale. And then he came out and like, that was it. Like,
he took off that black phone mask he was wearing.
Yeah. So it was like, you got a lot of sizzle and almost no substance, and I'm like, all right, cool. We'll get substance eventually.
Have you been watching the clips since?
The only thing that I watched since was the promo that he cut. Was it on Raw or SmackDown? The first one that he did.
SmackDown.
It was on SmackDown, and where basically he's almost cried, and then he got interrupted. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I don't want this interruption. This is kind of annoying, but where are we going with this, right? So, and that's where I stopped.
Do you think this is the right direction to go to for Bray and his return after realizing that his last portrayal with a kind of superhumanish character kind of got derailed because of booking, having other wrestlers being involved as opposed to someone as opposed to Bray being in charge completely of his universe with his character?
Again, maybe I just missed a few things, but a part of the brilliance of Bray is that he does have some sort of like the character is that he has some sort of schizophrenia, right? Mm-hmm. Where he's this person that he's not, but he thinks he is, but he's really convinced of it. Maybe it's some sort of split personality or something like that, right? So I kind of liked the idea of Bray being more humanized and
more Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah, more like, hey, I am the performer. I'm back. I'm glad to be back. And it's like, oh, he went to therapy while he was gone. He's okay now. But then you see that little mask thing on the TV screen that's like whispering stuff that you don't know what he's saying unless you have closed captionings on. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, cool. I want to see where we're going with this. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is just another face of Rotunda, right? Mm-hmm. It's another version of Bray or whatever. So when I started seeing rumors of like, oh, that's Aleister Black coming back. No, that won't work. No, I don't like it. This needs to be just another form, another expression of his insanity. Yeah.
I don't want to be a jaded wrestling fan, but I'm already getting to the point where once people leave, I have to compartmentalize that and let it go so that I can continue watching the rest of the show for the sake of my wrestling fandom.
Okay.
So watching Bray come back was a relief, but at the same time, I myself thought that the Firefly Funhouse as a whole had so much more to go with instead of just Bray essentially starting from scratch and doing another franchise, basically, because this isn't the Down Home New Orleans franchise from the beginning.
Right.
This isn't the Firefly Funhouse franchise now. This is something complete. This is like fucking A24 Halloween horror kind of movie franchise that he's going with. So the only reason that I give it the benefit of the doubt, I saw this not leak, but I saw this interview online through one of my Facebook feeds. Seth Rollins explaining how hard it is to work with the character Bray Wyatt because it's in a completely different realm of reality almost.
Yeah.
And you can't really... So, like, I can see why a lot of fans kind of disconnected when Bray Wyatt suddenly became world champ. It's like his motivations were never in storyline were never the Fiend needs the championship to be Bray or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was never any storyline excuse why that needed to happen. And once that became part of the character, it just, and then losing to Goldberg, I guess, like that. The motivation of the character never were to be champion. It was just to watch the world burn, I guess.
Right, and that's interesting because, like, through Bray's psychosis, right, he doesn't have a reason to be a wrestler.
Yeah,
he just happens to be a wrestler who has psychosis, and his psychoses express themselves in different ways. So it has nothing to do, you're right, it has nothing to do with him wanting to be a champion or to win matches or anything like that, which is part of the frustration as a wrestling fan that really, really likes the character. Yeah. Like, you're going to book him as though his wins and losses doesn't matter. So he's going to lose everything because that's easier on the booking, right? Have somebody that's super over who's going to be over regardless, so have him lose. And there was a long time there, 2-3 years ago? Oh, maybe right before the pandemic, so 2019, where it was like, yeah, Bray just loses. That's Bray's thing. He just loses. We love him.
His motivation is not wins and losses. His motivation is continuing the story.
And it's frustrating for us as wrestling fans. To invest in it. Exactly. So it's like, I think the Bray Wyatt story would be a better TV show than something in wrestling, which is really weird for me to say because I've always been one of the proponents that anything can be wrestling. You could tell any kind of story in the confines of wrestling, but Bray is just such an oddball that maybe he's the one that can't. But it's weird because that's what delivered us Bray, which is wrestling, but he doesn't fit in wrestling. It's so fucking bizarre when you think about it. Bizarre, but maybe brilliant. I don't know.
What'd you think of the Bullet Club returning? Did it move the needle for you either direction?
I don't care. And it's not the Bullet Club. It's just the club. So I don't
the club, the original club.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adding Mia Yim.
I mean, that moves the needle just a little bit. I did see that. You're right. I did see that. I'm happy for Mia, but I don't care about the Good Brothers. I don't care about AJ as much as a unit. Now, if let me back up.
I'm happy for Mia being back, but she's just a chapter in the story of Rhea versus Edge's wife.
Right. So
what happens with her after? So like, I'm trying not to be too jaded.
Well, my if on there is if this was more of we're actually going to nod the Bullet Club and maybe even say the name at some point or like make the story that, which they kind of teased with Finn and AJ. That's where all this came from. Finn trying to recruit AJ to the thing.
AJ got no friends.
Yeah.
Had to go find some.
But why? Like, if you didn't know, it made absolutely no sense. But if you gave a little bit of backstory as to, hey, this is one of the original leaders of the Bullet Club, one of the leader who took his spot. They are Bullet Club through and through. This is the Bullet Club, and now they're back and the same. Bro, I kind of wanted AJ to be like, cool, yeah, let's go ahead and team up. So if it was AJ and Finn and the Good Brothers, and they are the Bullet Club in WWE, maybe if you just call them the club, okay, cool. But that they're not doing that at all.
I'd go one step.
It was the twist and the knife in the back thing was, oh, sorry, Finn. No, if they were all together, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'd be a little bit more.
I'd even be more convinced, actually, or more sports entertained if AJ joined Finn. And AJ and Finn are AJ and Finn are the established, and you have Priest and Dominic learning from them, the next generation of the Bullet Club. You're talking Finn joining AJ and Gallows and Anderson. No, I'm talking the other way around. Having AJ turn and go, because we've seen,
and then Gallows and Anderson never come up.
Yeah, never come up because we've seen. I don't say this derogatory. Emo AJ during Aces and Eights, and him with the black hoodie and not being speaking much. So we know what a brooding AJ would be, mixed in with whatever brooding Judgment Day's trying to do.
I liked AJ's Johnny Cash theme song when he was a brooding.
Yeah.
Well, it was a Johnny Cash
It was country.
cover.
Yeah.
It was a cover, a tribute. What's up, Porsche? Porsche's joining us in the live chat. Hello.
Did you or did you not see Hangman get knocked the fuck out?
No, I did not.
Woo! Title match, Cincinnati, John Moxley's hometown on Dynamite, main event, Moxley versus Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
And Moxley hit the king-size lariat on Hangman, and you know wrestlers have the tendency when they want to sell a lariat to do the backflip, to sell the
I
strength.
did see this.
And then Hangman just went thunk, and then thunk, and then thunk.
Yeah. I didn't see it live. I saw it after everybody was talking about it, and I was like, oh, shit, let's see this. And I didn't watch... I don't think I watched all of Dynamite, or if I did, we fast forward through a lot just to get to that. I do remember seeing him doing that flippy, and that was nasty. Yeah.
I think the most gut wrenching part for me was Taz. He was on a completely different emotional level because he knows more than most what it's like to get knocked on your head and on your neck.
I think Taz really genuinely believed that it was more severe than what it thankfully wound up being.
And his Hangman's return is going to be in this world title tournament. For winners coming.
I just put this together. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go back to the Astro stuff, but I just put this together. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I haven't got the new hat yet.
Gotcha. Because I was like, wait a second. Oh, that's the 2005 one. Hold on. Yeah.
I'm old. I'm very old.
Yeah.
That's the other juxtaposition because I know what it's like to see the Astros lose at home and then get beat on the road to the White Sox.
They got swept in that first one.
So I can
this is the one we kind of don't talk about.
This doesn't exist. This is the Bray Wyatt compared to the rest of the WWE right here. Yeah.
Yes.
2 months, the hats will be $30, $25 at Lids. Buy one, get one. I'll get mine then.
The one that they were wearing on the field right after the World Series.
That's the one you got.
That's the one I ordered.
So it's in the mail.
It's in the mail.
It's coming.
It'll cover
now,
up this
did you order that?
dome.
Did you order that before or after? You went all Steve Austin on us.
No, I ordered that after I did all this. So
and it's a snapback, right? So you don't got to worry about fit.
Okay. Right. Oh, okay. So my 2017 one, it is a fitted one, and dude, I can't wear it.
I can't right now either because I have all this. Once I go,
see, I'm the other way. I guess like I had poof and padding. Now that it's gone, the fitting is pushing my ears into my glasses,
and you're getting
and it hurts right
and
here.
You're getting the little
right
the rub
there,
right.
It hurts. Yeah. So I can't wear those fitted ones, which is the only ones I used to wear. I used to always love fitted and not like snapbacks. Oh, this is a fitted.
They're all fitted.
They're all fitted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, the young people, man.
Yeah.
It's fitted or nothing.
Oh, Clint says hi. What's up, Clint?
What's up, man?
So yeah, I can't wear the fitted ones now. So, but thankfully, the one that's coming in the mail is a snapback.
We finally get a little bit, not so much details, but just a little more time to let this marinate.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the first thing that pops into your mind when I mention the name CM Punk. That's the answer right there. It is even an English language word. It's just, that said everything without saying anything.
Shit.
You, out of all of us,
I know
you are the biggest CM Punk fan.
I know,
and this isn't a dig.
Yeah, I know.
But from the fan, looking at that camera, explain CM Punk's situation right now.
CM Punk done lost his goddamn mind. Dude, you had the world on a fucking platter. You had the wrestling world right where you wanted it after 7 fucking years. And instead, you get caught up in the bullshit politics of wanting to be the locker room leader and not getting the respect. And then you just de-pant yourself and TK and the whole company and all the rest of the top stars. And then you say, come talk to me. And then when they do come talk to you, you're a Pikachu face, like, like, come on.
How many cartoon references can we fit in one episode? We got 2 so far. Fuck, man.
What's up, Rob? Rob's on the live chat.
What's up, Rob?
And Larry. Who the fuck is Larry?
Hey, man.
All right.
We accept all Larrys.
I don't know who Larry is, but all right.
Oh, the dog.
Larry.
Punk's dog.
Punk
Apparently, the
I
Punk
thought that
dog
was somebody.
Punk
and
took
in the live chat, Larry, because
Punk
like,
took the dog
yeah.
to the
yeah.
vet because
Yeah.
apparently he got kicked and he got his teeth replaced, which we
Yeah,
didn't know at
yeah.
the time until like late, which might not be real anyway.
Yeah, I mean, dude, and it's extra disappointing because 7 years ago, we all thought that Punk wasn't the problem. Punk was the one that was standing up to the problem. The problem being Vince and Triple H, you know? And now it's like, well, wait a second. Fool me once, you know, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again, right? this second time around, it's like we have more stories than just from TK and from the Bucks and Omega and from Hangman, right? It's more than that. It's also Jericho. It's also Hardy. It's you know, like a Danielson, you know, or excuse me, not Danielson, Christopher Daniels, right? Mm-hmm. Like all these people are like, yeah, this guy's a dick. You know, Eddie Kingston. I don't really want to believe Eddie Kingston, but Eddie Kingston's like, yeah, this guy's a dick. So it's
Eddie Kingston hates a lot of people though.
I know. That's why you want to discredit it, because Eddie Kingston hates fucking Claudio. Who the hell hates Claudio? Right? Everybody loves Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio is fucking adorable. He's a
national treasure.
He's a national treasure.
He's an international treasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a sweet, sweet man. How can you not like
Silver dollar areolas just makes you want to eat pancakes.
I know. Yes. Yum.
So now Punk's the problem.
Punk's the problem.
Are you sure Punk's the problem? Do you have the feeling that I'm gonna just throw fucking things to the wall to see if it sticks? You think John Cena will ever want to go to AEW, seeing how much drama there is between the Elite and anyone else that comes to try to take the top spot from the Elite?
Probably not. No. And I think,
or is it all legit just Punk?
So, okay, I'm not going to throw all of it on Punk. This is probably 60-40, 70-30, mostly Punk. Punk probably exposed some of the other toxicity that was in that locker room, but in exposing it, he added to it and he surpassed it, right?
He sank to their level and went
right.
deeper.
If anything, this could let the toxicity be realized and be washed away, you know, especially with his absence. You know, it maybe galvanize the rest of the locker room to be like, you know what, maybe we do need to be better because we don't want to end up like that jerk, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's what will happen, fingers crossed, right? But I don't know for sure. Because we've had other reports from other people that weren't Punk that had other fucking conflicts backstage. You look at Sammy and Eddie Kingston, you know, that kind of stuff. So where
HWR raved about Punk.
Yeah,
Powerhouse raved about Punk. There's guys there that will take that side too. So it's a he said, they said, for the most part.
Yeah.
Is the matter made better or worse by Jericho teasing on a recent Dynamite an open challenge to a former ROH champion, and it wound up being Colt Cabana?
So I think there's a lot of people making more of it than what it was. Again, I did not watch it live because, again, baseball. I heard after the fact that it was Colt Cabana, and I was like, so my initial reaction, not putting two and two together, was, oh, I'm sure he lost. You know, my initial reaction was like, oh, you may as well just got a jobber out there. Like Colt Cabana, he's not winning. But then I was like, no, I was informed. No, it's Colt Cabana. So we see a Punk. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's, you know, you're putting too much on it. But no, you need to watch it. They're giving a big FU to Punk by having Cabana on there challenging for the world title. I'm like, okay, I mean, dude, we just had fucking Dalton Castle. I love me some Dalton Castle, but let's be real.
You like all kinds of cock.
Yes.
Peacock.
Yes. Yes.
Poppycock.
Grandotes. Yes. But let's be real. There ain't no way in hell Dalton Castle was beating Chris Jericho for the ROH title, right? No way. There's no way in hell Colt Cabana was beating Jericho for the ROH title. No way in hell, right? So I think the people were reading too much into it. Like this was a big FU to Punk. I think it was just, hey, another guy. Oh, we don't have Punk here. Oh, now we can use him. Let's go ahead and use him and bring him back into the fold. And it wasn't so much a fuck you to Punk. It was a, oh shit, hey man, you want to come back and chill with us? Yeah. You know.
Okay. If Punk doesn't come back,
AJ needs to keep her man in check. I think she means AJ Lee. Yes,
Yeah.
AJ Lee needs to keep her man in check.
so I'm gonna ask this again.
Okay.
I asked this months ago. I think
Okay.
I asked it when it happened in September.
Okay.
Deeper fall from grace.
Oh.
Bret Hart in WCW, CM Punk in AEW. You're a fan of both.
I'm gonna say CM Punk in AEW.
Wow. Why?
That's what I'm gonna say. Because the thing that made Bret a pariah wasn't necessarily WCW. WCW wanted to do stuff with them. The booking was but they still were going to use him. They were going to have a chance. The reason why he wound up leaving wasn't because of anything that he did or backstage stuff. Or it was he got fucking kicked in the head by Goldberg. His career was ended because of injury, not because he showed his own ass. And that's what's going on with Punk. You want to talk about fall from grace? Punk fell from grace in one fucking night. In one night, dude.
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Yes. From press conference to all the shit after the press conference, that hour, half an hour, whatever it was, all of a sudden the script was flipped.
And the script was torched.
Yes.
Yeah, to rewrite the rest of the book.
By just being a fucking jackass. Like I kind of saw both sides of the coin with Bret. Bret screwed Bret. Vince screwed Bret. I kind of get it. They're both being a little bullish, bullheaded, right? I get it. But ultimately, he still had a career. He still went to WCW. He still had a chance.
He had great matches.
Yes. There were some matches that were pretty good. There were some stinkers, but there were some that were pretty good. But with Punk, I don't give a fuck what kind of matches he has. This was just all...
Wow.
Hector! When did Baron Corbin join the show? Yes. What's up, Hector?
He's got the pumpkin belly to match, too. Hector, we need to talk about the end of the year review. I know you're going to be busy.
Yep.
But we're going to need you.
We need to figure that out when we're going to do it. Arnold, too. I don't think Arnold's in here yet.
How much AEW have you seen lately? I know this has been
I watched all of last night.
Okay. How about last week?
I didn't watch it.
Okay.
World Series, bro.
I know. Because I need a little context.
Okay.
How do you feel about the abundance of Ring of Honor time that AEW is giving it on AEW television?
I am willing to forgive it for now because I have a little bit of hope that at some point ROH is going to get their own show, their own TV time, their own deal, their own promotion at some point. Yeah. Now, has that been fucking slow going? It has. I would have hoped now that we're 3-4 months removed from the merger that we would have a little bit more news, because when I would say merger is really more of a buyout. When the buyout first happened,
6 months.
Has it been
going
6
to
months?
7? WrestleMania weekend was the first official.
April.
Yeah.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November.
Yeah.
8 months. Okay.
But it's been a lot more prominent in the last since Death Before Dishonor. When Claudio and fucking Gresham, that there was some build up to that. Because in the beginning, the only build up they had was really the only match that people wanted to pay for, which was Briscoes and FTR.
Right.
Just before Dishonor, they started juicing a little more of that card and letting people see what it is. But now it's like, every fucking Ring of Honor person now is like taking over Dynamite.
Well, and I get it, because you got to, if you are going to launch a separate promotion with them, you got to get some of those people over. That way, when they do launch, people have an incentive to actually watch. They're invested in something, right? But like I said, I'm willing to forgive it if we're going somewhere with it. And at this point, and I thought it was 4 months. I was wrong. 8 months, dude. At this point, I would have expected some sort of teaser, some sort of snippet of news, some sort of hope. We haven't heard anything since the entire
only
merger.
Snippet I've heard is that they're gonna get an hour programming weekly on HBO Max.
And how long ago was it that you heard that?
2 or 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But at the same time, I hate to say this, but Ring of Honor has always been at the level it's been for a reason.
Oh,
distribution can't be a factor if it's for free every week on their own website.
yeah.
And this is the part where I have to call out hardcore wrestling fans that want to be that want to play an episode of Unsolved Mysteries with every fucking leak that Bray Wyatt did the month before he finally debuted, but can't do 5 clicks on the internet to watch Ring of Honor every week, to sell shows, to buy pay-per-views, to spread the word.
Y'all were fucking scanning QR codes and solving fucking puzzles in video games with rabbits and doing riddles and shit. But yeah, you can't go and watch Ring of Honor on watchringofonor.com.
You have at least an hour on Monday on YouTube. You have at least an hour of wrestling on YouTube on Tuesday. And then you have Dynamite 2 hours on Wednesday, and then you have Rampage an hour on Friday. You can put a lot of that Ring of Honor stuff on a Monday or a Tuesday in the meantime to let the wrestlers get some repetition.
Right.
And focus the Rampage and the Dynamite on basically your AEW stuff, because your AEW talent, for all intents and purposes, was got you how far you've gotten so far.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to keep main event talent from other promotions and you're going to stick with your known talent, you can't give up time for your known talent for unknown people because you want to start something that only made it up to about him.
Yeah, and the other thing, I want to say it's like a side effect, but I mean, it's not really a side effect. It's the main effect is that now you also have way too many fucking titles on AEW because of ROH Pure, the ROH World Championship, ROH Tag, ROH Trios, which granted we haven't seen the Trios champs on, AEW TV, but still that's another title on top of all the AEW titles, which the AEW title situation, there's a little bit too much there as well. So it's like, shit. Yeah. Like, if every match is a championship match, then no matches are championship matches, right?
I want to do an experiment before the year is over. Not to steal from it's imitation's the sincerest form of flattery. I want to pull a Jim Cornette and I want to run down the entire roster of AEW and whittle that bitch down.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's at least 15 people you can let go right now.
Okay.
Dunzo. And this doesn't include Ring of Honor. That's completely separate. But there's so much fucking... AEW's ass is starting to show too. Because it's like you get all this, you get no time to digest it, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. And then before you know it, 2 hours is gone.
Someone says, hey, yo, it's 9482 damage. What up?
I don't know who that is, but welcome.
Yes, welcome. Are you an Android? Is that why you like numbers? I don't have a name.
And here's another...
Well, Elon Musk kid.
Oh no,
he has numbers.
We're not
talking.
Right? His name is not going to be mentioned on this show.
Okay.
No. Another thing I don't understand. I would have paid money to see Katsuyori Shibata return and wrestle an actual match from bell to bell, not an exhibition, not a run-in, an actual match. A New Japan contracted wrestler is having his return on AEW.
Right.
Television.
Yes.
On the Friday show that very few people watch compared to the Wednesday fans.
Okay.
Explain to me, Hector, how much sense that makes.
That's going to bring more eyeballs to Rampage. See, you say that Rampage is the one that not many people watch, but it should be just on the same par as Dynamite. Yeah, sure, it's 1 hour instead of 2. I get it. Yeah. But it should be just as important. The same way how when we first started the whole HWR thing 10 years ago, we would watch Raw and SmackDown was just a recap of Raw. So it was a lot easier to do for the podcast purposes because we only had to review one fucking show. That was just 2 hours. And the other hour of programming was just a recap, so it didn't matter. Yeah. But then when WWE was like, hey, we're really going to make SmackDown a thing. Fuck. Now we really got to cover SmackDown. We had to move the day that we recorded our shows because of it. Remember that? So should it be in this day and age? Yeah. 10 years ago? Nah. Fuck it. In this day and age, yeah, you're going to have 2 main shows. Each one of those shows better be important. So, yeah, Shibata, New Japan, have them come over, go through that forbidden door that's been wide open. Yeah, sure. Fuck yeah. Put them on Rampage. Yeah, let's do it. For a title against one of the most over guys? Yeah, I'm down.
Did you watch it?
No. Baseball.
That was last Friday.
I was still basking in the glow. Baseball. Los pinches Astros.
Before we give our half-assed opinion of Crown Jewel.
Yeah. How was that match, by the way? Because I haven't heard anybody talk about it.
I am going to give the devil its due. Mm-hmm. They're making more of an effort to have live rampages instead of taped on Wednesday so that you can actually see it in the moment.
Yeah.
I made the effort at 9:00 on the couch laying down to watch it live.
Yeah.
Fell asleep at 9:06. Why? Because I'm getting the best 2 hours of wrestling on Friday. Who'd have thunk it?
Oh, the 9482 is Dougie. Interim Commissioner Doug from UPW.
Oh, shit. Fire him.
What's up, Dougie?
Teach him how. I'm going to just lay this out, and everybody in the chat.
Hector says Shibata lost shenanigans. Okay. But was it good? I didn't expect Shibata to win. Even though it's
all Atlantic title that's supposed to be around all the Atlantic.
But he's not an AEW wrestler.
And they give that belt some prominence in New Japan with all the belts in New Japan. Because they got like 40 belts.
It can happen, but I didn't expect it. It can happen. I didn't expect it.
Would you expect Shibata versus Bryan Danielson at Wrestle Kingdom?
No. I would not expect that. But that'd be nice. It'd be very nice.
I laid this out in the chat. I might be repeating myself when we have our end of the year review. There has been situations when we do our end of the year review where we pick certain people as wrestlers of the year because they do something that transcends what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
Sexy Star, Lucha Underground.
Right.
She held the main title that guys fight for. Tessa Blanchard.
Talk about a fall from grace. Talk about a fall from grace. Both of those people. Well, Tessa.
Sexy's a little short, so it's more like a trip from grace.
Well,
Tessa Blanchard carried the torch for Impact, the men's championship. For your consideration between now and then. The candidate for Superstar of the Year, Sami Zayn. And I read this. I read this scrolling, and I had to read it 3 times for it to actually make complete sense to me.
Okay.
This is a guy that has overtaken Paul Heyman during promos. Paul fucking Heyman. Do you notice this?
Okay.
I think he made the bloodline cool. At the same time that Roman was becoming the heel that you want to cheer for because he's badass.
Yeah.
I think that happened around the same time Sammy showed up. But more importantly above everything else, Crown Jewel happened over the weekend. a country that Sami Zayn technically is not allowed to go into for his own well-being. And you have a crowd at a press conference chant his name. A fan base in Saudi Arabia chant for a wrestler that, for all intents and purposes, they're not supposed to like as a human being. But wrestling, he's transcending that.
Yeah.
Anybody could be champion. Anybody can win championships in another division. Anybody can merge titles. Anybody could win unification, winner take all at WrestleMania. But when you're doing shit like that, that's no longer professional wrestling to me. So, and that needs to be acknowledged, for lack of a better term.
Devil's advocate.
Go for it.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Them people in Saudi Arabia that was chanting for Sami Zayn.
You think those were all tourists?
No. I think that they were Saudi Arabians, but they just don't know. Right?
You think?
I don't think they know. Some of them probably didn't. I would think that the Saudi fans are fairly casual.
Huh.
I don't think that they're super, super hardcore smarks, reading the dirt sheets and watching.
While they're trimming their hair.
Yeah, not wearing deodorant and watching Houston Wrestling Radio. Like, that's not
and
them.
Astros baseball.
Right. That's not them.
Okay.
Like I think this is like, oh, the cool thing that they've been doing every year because our government wants to, get more prominence on the world stage. And hey, this is actually neat. Wow, the Americans come to entertain us. Cool. And we're giving them money. Cool. This is neat. Oh, look at the fireworks. Look at the lights. I don't think very many of them were wrestling fans from the get-go. So I think that their fandom is fairly surface level. Because you won't know about Sami Zayn being Syrian from WWE TV and WWE programming.
That's true.
WWE TV and WWE programming don't even mention about his stuff in Mexico. He's not El Generico. He never has been in WWE. As far as you know, he is French-Canadian, and his best friend was Kevin Owens, and now he hangs out with the Usos. That's all you know about him if you're just at a surface level. So while I get what you're saying, that, oh, wow, this could be something that transcends wrestling. No. Simply because those people that are chanting for him just don't know. They just don't know. Right? So that's my rebuttal there. Hector says, is Sammy the next Piper in the sense that he doesn't need to have a title to in this moment? And Dougie agrees. He says, I believe so, Hector. Okay, yeah, I don't think he needs a title either. I think he's just as over. Again, that's going back to the whole Bray thing, because whenever you're so over that you don't need a title, it makes the booking easy to just have you lose, and then you're not as over. But whatever, catch-22. So
I think Sami Zayn is another example of the audience forcing the hand. Like Kofi Kingston, like Big E.
Possibly.
Or
Possibly.
If he's playing this role so well and he's breaking motherfucker's character on screen live in the moment.
Yeah.
That there's something there. And
I think there definitely is.
There's bound.
He's entertaining.
Not necessarily the world championship. Of course, it's Triple H. I wouldn't surprise me if the story's told well enough that he can make the excuse for it to give it a test run. But there's definitely gold in Sammy's future the way this is heading, because he's standing out a lot on these promos. And
all that stuff that I just argued against isn't arguments against him winning or getting more prominence or getting titles or anything like that. That was just playing devil's advocate, that he's not transcendent in he's not making Saudis be like, oh, you know what? Maybe he's pretty cool. Maybe we
There's an exception. We'll let him come.
Yeah. Maybe,
just him.
Maybe Syria's all right. Like, I don't think that's what's happening.
Yet.
Well, I mean, maybe. You might be right. And see, okay. Well,
test Bin Salman's progression.
Yeah. Thank you. Because what has been the big fucking point that has been tied with WWE blood money, right? The whole thing. Rights.
Rights in general.
Well, yeah, rights in general. And why are we even going to an oppressive regime? And why are we taking their money? Just
where's Jamal
what's the whole
Khashoggi?
thing? And and like the whole reason why we're doing it is because it's supposed to be that the prince, who's now in charge over there, I guess he became king. I don't know, whatever. But
no, he's still prince.
He's
still
in prince.
Charge. Yeah.
Well, he's in charge, and he's trying to liberate his people and enrich them up and modernize them. He's trying to make them
up to the 20th
a
century.
little bit more progressive. Sure, they're not having them like go completely, way on the other side of the spectrum yet, but it is little things here and there. For example, and we've talked about this before, 2-3 years past, whatever.
In the beginning.
We've talked about this before. We may not agree necessarily with the country, and we may not agree with WWE's decision to take their dirty blood money to entertain those fans, but the young Saudis that are there, they are going to be affected by it. They're going to see it, think it's so cool, and then maybe their mind will open up and grow up to be a little bit less conservative than what their parents' generation, their grandparents' generation are in their country, right? Maybe they're gonna, be a little bit more open-minded, right? So yeah, we just had who was it? Alexa and Asuka and whoever else they wrestled. Some of the little girls there in the front row, they were like, "Oh wow, girls can wrestle too."
Not only that, not to be an asshole about it. Now they're Saudi women are actually able to drive. The last woman standing match had fucking Bianca Belair driving a golf cart down the ramp with Bayley on top.
I mean, that's stuff that can, when you're a little kid, can affect you, and that could shape your worldview no matter what your parents and your imam is telling you what to do, right? So like it's opening up your eyes to an outside world and an outside point of view. So it's kind of doing that for them, which I'm okay with that aspect of it. Yeah. If we could reach the world and better humanity through the art of wrestling, I'm kind of for that, even though I'm kind of, that's what makes the blood money pay-per-view so complicated, because I'm kind of against it too. Like, I don't want to take their money so that we can entertain them, so they can have a publicity stunt to make it look like, hey, look at our country, we're so fucking progressive. But then you have folks like MVP who can't go out there because because MVP was Muslim and now he's an atheist. So they would kill him. So he can't show up. Okay, baby steps, right? But like,
oh shit, just crawl. Dodge the dives. Just, oh my god.
But what if in like 3 years' time they allow him to show up just because he's an entertainer,
even
he's
if
part
it's
of the crew,
just him,
right?
That's still a start towards the direction that you want them to go.
It's the same way like with the women wrestlers. Like, that wasn't something on the first one. And then on the second one, they had to be in fucking full body.
And there was only one match, 2 women.
Yeah.
Now we had at least half a dozen, maybe more on the card.
Yeah, baby steps. So it's progress, but
This is going to be very hard for you. So I'm going to take the lead for this.
Okay, go ahead.
Because some candidates for match of the week.
Okay, this is going to be hard for me.
Rewind the clock.
Let's see. Jordan versus I don't even remember the name of that pitcher that he hit that 3-run homer off of.
The Brawling Brutes against Imperium Extreme Rules match, the Donnybrook.
Okay.
That was fun as shit.
Yeah.
That was good.
Okay.
Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson on Dynamite.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just read something that Hector said and it made me giggle and it distracted me.
Share with the class.
Hector said, could you imagine if Sammy were to join Bray as the Rambling Rabbit? Sammy as Rambling Rabbit? God damn it, Hector.
Only if it means... God, I'm so fucking awful. Only if it means he travels in costume to Saudi.
God damn. He comes off of the plane getting checked by TSA in
Hopping.
the fucking rabbit.
Hopping. He doesn't walk like no human.
They get him a fake ID, so when they check this ID there at the fucking airport, they're like, who's Rambling Rabbit? Is that your name? Hello, Mr. Rabbit. Come this way. I need to stop. That's fucking.
Speaking of awful, did you see the clip of Chris Jericho on Masked Singer?
No.
Oh,
he was on Masked Singer?
Yes.
He was singing?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And this is the only defense I'm going to give him, so I apologize to Scott and Travis when they watch this or hear this. So the song was Shut Up and Dance from Walk the Moon.
Okay.
That's still a poppy song. Jericho was singing it the way he would sing with Fozzy, but this wasn't a rock version of Shut Up and Dance. It was the band playing it the way the song originally sounds. And it just doesn't go well at all. Now, if it's the band, Fozzy, crank up the volume to 11, get the right distortion pedal in there, a little muff in the bass.
Yeah.
You could probably fake it till you make it. And at least get some people to come around on it.
Yeah.
But it was god awful. Yes. And then the mask he had was like a horse with it just, I don't know what the fuck the mask was, but it looked like something out of Firefly Funhouse. That was not good. That was not pleasing to the eye. I was like, no. But I think that's what keeps Jericho above other people in AEW, is that he has that recognition outside of wrestling because he did Dancing with the Stars. He hosted Wipeout.
Yeah.
He was on Family Feud, I think, and now he did this, and it's just like
I'm going back to the live chat. I'm sorry. Dougie says, hear me out. Uncle Howdy is Barry Windham. I mean, the uncle part by work, yeah, that makes sense. Man. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Hijo de Vikingo against Phoenix from Triple Mania.
Oh, really?
That was fucking good.
Do we have AAA as the rest?
Yeah.
Okay, match of the year for the rest. Do we have?
I don't
do we even have a match of the year?
I don't know if I could label that without any. I mean, confidently, because apparently the main event, which was the finals of the mass tournament, was Villano 4 against Pentagon Jr., Dark, Black, Negro, El Cero Miedo, or whatever name he has. And apparently that was the shit as far as matches go. I tried watching that. I watched some of that pay-per-view, and again, Sandman got me. And I just haven't gotten back to rewatch it. Obviously, Penta won. Villano lost the entire tournament. He lost 3 times in a row.
So he
gave up his mask. Yeah.
And then Penta was holding it like a Mortal Kombat fucking thing. That was cool. I did see that picture all over the place. Yeah. I think I need another water. You keep talking.
Oh shit. You're gonna fuck up all kinds of shit. Yeah. North American ladder match from NXT Halloween Havoc. Is it Wesley? Yeah, Wesley. Yeah, Wesley won the match.
Do you need another water?
Nah, I'm good. I contemplated putting that on as a candidate for match of the year. I backpedal slightly because I think it's about to be out.
I almost did bust my ass.
Down goes Soundwave. The only reason you can bring him up here. The only reason why I hesitate to put him on the list is because I think it might be outdone. We're gonna get Wesley one-on-one against Carmelo Hayes, and I think that's gonna be it's a potential to be a fucking banger, and that's gonna happen next week. No, 2 weeks. Contract signings this Tuesday coming up. Next Tuesday's episode of NXT is where they have that title match, and I think that could be a contender for match of the year for NXT at least.
Well, Hector in the live chat says thumbs up for the AAA match.
Of course he would. Fucking wetback.
Damn. Honorable consideration: Naito versus Ospreay for the U.S. title. That's what Hector says.
What show? That from Royal Quest? Oh, apparently FTR and Aussie Open put a banger at Royal Quest in London a couple of weeks ago.
I believe it.
Yeah. Not last night, but a couple of weeks ago, Bryan Danielson against Sammy Guevara. Okay. The first time. That got my attention. We're gonna bleed into the crown jewel because I have a match of the week candidate. That's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Oh.
But before I get there,
okay.
Before we recorded, watched a little bit, just a sample.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think
We watched 3 matches?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think of Lashley versus Lesnar to open the show?
I don't mind it being the opener. But I was disappointed with the match itself.
Why?
Lesnar got his ass kicked for 15 minutes and then just won at the very end. With the weird ass, like, oh, I'm gonna fall on you while you have while you have the hurt lock on and 1, 2, 3. Like, what? It was whack. It's just dumb. Like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Part of it is my fault because I'm that snob that knows both of them have an MMA background, and what I want to see them do is not what WWE's going to give me.
Right.
I will say that I thought they had better chemistry when they fought each other at the Rumble.
Okay.
Whatever chemistry they had then, they lost that shit at fucking check luggage somewhere at the airport because it looked ugly. And not fugly ugly, just like, I don't want to look at this ugly.
There was something that you mentioned when we were watching it, which was, this isn't what I wanted to see. I think your exact quote was, this isn't what I wanted to see. Put them in the fight pit. That's what I want to see. And I agreed with you then. I agree with that now. I want to see them in the fight pit. I know that's fucking, bros thing. I get it. I get that that's Riddle's thing. But you had casket matches without The Undertaker.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I want to see for them to kind of have it doesn't need to be full out MMA, but like that.
Sprinkle a little shoot on it.
Yeah, do a little bit there, here and there, like we've seen Riddle kind of do,
which
we've seen Brock do. Fuck, Brock did that a couple of times. He almost fucking killed Triple H. He almost killed John Cena.
Ciampa versus Thatcher was also, so it's not technically tied to Riddle.
Yeah.
In a sense. But there's another thing that was lacking in that match. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Hector says the same thing in the live chat fight pit.
There's another thing that match lacked that I'm not sure if you noticed in commentary. As a wrestling fan, even as a casual wrestling fan that knows at least what one of them can do, that's a fucking money match. And if you're going to start the show, Cole better have a fucking aneurysm calling some of these finishers. And he just was like mellow on commentary. Like, this was not serious. Instead of him, well-deserved, he marked the fuck out for a lot of Logan Paul shit and Roman shit in the main event.
No, that wasn't Cole. That was Wade. Wade was marking the fuck out.
Cole had some moments.
Wade
doesn't have that high-pitched voice.
I noticed it more from Wade.
But in that match with Lesnar and Lashley, the commentary was like, it's the opening match. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
So it didn't, the story vocally wasn't being told to me that I was supposed to care about this because they're just running through the motions, and it just was like, oh man, I was expecting a little more fire out of this.
I do want to give props to Lesnar because he did sell a lot during that match, and he sold in ways that
I hadn't seen.
I don't always see him do that, which was not. So he did a good job selling, but whoever was the producer of that match, they didn't do a good job putting the matches together.
There were a couple of spots.
Especially the finish.
But to be honest,
especially the finish.
But
the finish was so stupid.
To be fair, the way the story was being told, I wouldn't have minded a flash finish if it was executed better. Whatever Brock was trying to do, didn't do it.
And so
this reminded me of Steve Austin with the $1 Million Dream, Bret Hart kicking off the buckles and rolling, pinning Austin's shoulders down. Yeah. I thought it looked like that's what Brock was trying to do, but the last time I've checked in the 10 years, 12 years as a wrestling fan of Brock Lesnar, he is not known for agility.
Right.
Will Ospreay, Ricochet, he is not.
No.
A different way for that, I would have liked a lot more. Maybe if it was, instead of Lesnar rolling back, maybe if it was Lesnar ducking down and rolling forward and having just the like I said, just the execution of how that ended.
I don't want you putting it all on Lesnar because part of that too was Lashley. Because when Lashley took the impact, he broke the hold and had to put it back on again. Because you have, I kind of want to say I don't blame him, but you had a fucking 400-pound Brock Lesnar landing on your chest. You're gonna go, hey! You know, you're gonna let go a little bit, but that wasn't the spot to do that. To like, okay, this is gonna be the finish. Let's do this where I fall, and now I need to readjust and pretend like I'm getting pinned. Like it looked dumb. The concept itself was dumb. Let's say they actually pulled it off. No, it wouldn't have worked. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like the finish at all. Especially, and not only with the way that the finish happened, but also who is chosen to be the winner, with it being Lashley. Or, excuse me, with it being Lesnar. Yeah. Because you had him sell for 15 minutes, get his ass whooped for 15 minutes. Whooped.
He sold very well for Lashley.
He did a good job selling.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that away from him. He did a good job selling. There's no reason why he had business winning that match.
Yeah. I wrote this down before you came over.
All right.
Match of the week candidate, Braun and Omos.
So
for all the shit we just gave somebody getting the ass whipped for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Tell them about Braun getting his ass whipped for 15 minutes.
Braun got his ass whipped for 15 minutes and still won the goddamn match. God damn it. Why?
However, you were paying attention to this match.
I was paying attention to it. I wasn't paying as much attention, but I was paying attention. I think Omos did a good job. Good job. He did a great job.
Okay.
He did better than what I expected. There was a lot of stuff going on that doesn't overexert either one of them, right? So I think Lashley and Lesnar did more stuff, which is cool. These two, Braun and Omos, they did less stuff, but they made it look like they did more stuff, which is smart for preserving your career, right? It's kind of what some of the old school wrestlers did back in the 70s and 80s, where if you watch a match from back then, it was like, Haystacks Calhoun versus Wahoo McDaniel. They didn't do shit. The finish of the match was a fucking body slam. Like they would lumber around, put on a fucking headlock, sell the headlock. Oh my god! If somebody got whooped to the ropes, oh my god, and then punch.
I don't want to give up.
Yeah, so that's kind of what they did in this match a little bit. It was a lot of Omos running his mouth, and to be honest, I kind of liked it. I like seeing the character, the swagger, the confidence, the personality coming out of him. Even though this wasn't like hey, here's 5 minutes, here's a mic and cut a promo, kid. Like that wasn't what it was. It was in the match, and they had it mic'd up well enough that I could hear it, and it was cool seeing him badmouth Braun while he was beating him up, albeit that they weren't doing a lot of moves, they weren't doing a lot of stuff. Like there was one time, I said this when we were watching it, he had Braun in the corner, and he kind of mounted him. I just said a lot of things.
And choking him.
Well,
but you didn't see it. I mean, you didn't see it.
I didn't see it, but I also he didn't show it either. Yeah. It was like he was on top of him with his head on his chest. You son, I'm gonna kill you.
Get this work.
Whatever. It's like, okay, now hit him. Do something. Do a move. You didn't do shit, and that's when you had to point out. He was choking him. I was like, barely.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. I'm not going to try to make this comparison wholeheartedly, but this was your typical old school late 70s, early 80s big man match. The first thing that I thought of when the match was over was Hogan Andre.
Okay.
In the sense of just laying out the match. I'm going to try 3 motherfucking times to slam you, and I'm going to fail miserably the first 2 times. But that third time's going to wake up that whole fucking audience, and we're going to go home, and that's done. We're going to hammer that last nail. We're going home.
Yeah.
And as much credit as I give to Omos, because that was easily the best he's looked. It's the most confident he's looked. It's weird that I say this. it's also the most intimidating he's looked.
Yes.
Because we've seen so many times in pro wrestling in the 80s and the 90s where the heel, to prove dominance, he murders a skinny little fuck in like 60 seconds.
Right.
Or he beats 2 guys or 3 guys in a handicap or whatever. But when you see somebody that has been established as he's a big bitch, and when he stands up against Omos, he's not that big a bitch.
Yeah.
That made Omos more credible to me, that he was beating the shit out of Braun that way.
Yeah.
And Braun sold as much as as surprised as you were with Lesnar selling. I was just as surprised with Braun selling.
Yeah. That's fair.
Him getting the audience behind him before the match even started. Like, Saudi Arabia's behind me, and you see them get that's classic 80s cheap heat, you know, cheap pop.
What do you say, Waterloo, Tennessee?
Yay! They said our name to Waterloo. And of course, that third slam, he finally got that big motherfucker up, dropped him like a bad habit. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Nitpicking, I would have liked to have seen Omos like wiggle or try to fight out of it. Because again, motherfucker got whooped for 15 minutes, one move, and he's done.
And I kind of would have liked to have seen Omos actually win it, because now you've established a new fucking star.
Because Omos never beat Lashley,
right?
Omos never beat the last person before Lashley,
right?
In their big rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That would have been a nice little risk to take, and to create somebody new. To solidify somebody new. If you weren't going to do it with Lashley, okay, fine, let's do it with Omos.
The only issue with Omos, and it's not a slight to him as a person, well, not him personally, but when you're that big, it's hard to find opponents for you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of dream opponents. They've kind of him and Braun. I enjoyed it. I don't mind seeing them run it back. Him and Lashley were pretty fun at WrestleMania, I think. I don't mind seeing that being run back either. Omos versus Lesnar. Mm-hmm. Omos versus Walter. Mm-hmm. But after that, then who? McIntyre, Cross,
Roman,
Rollins. Size-wise,
right? I would draw the line at Drew.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted.
Maybe Sheamus.
I'm almost tempted to do like a super heavyweight division for the big bitches, just like in regular boxing or in UFC. You have weight classes, and if you're that big, you special. There's a category just for you. I'm tempted to do that. You retire 24/7 title, make something for the big guys.
For as great as Big Show was, Big Show kind of had the same problem, because once Big Show and Mark Henry fought, once Big Show and Kane fought, once Big Show and Taker fought, who was left? Like, there was
tried Nathan Jones once, and you're like, nah.
I mean, nah. Nathan Jones, nah.
Luther Reigns, you tried that once. You're like, nah.
I mean,
nah.
A-Train, Lord Tensai, okay. But I mean, you only have so many people and so many stories.
The sumo wrestler from WrestleMania 21. You tried that once.
What's his name?
It's on the tip of my tongue. I know I'm gonna blurt it out somewhere during this episode.
Anyway, like, there was only so much that you could do with Big Show. That may have been the thing that hurt his career, because he was so big. You couldn't have your popular babyface little speedster guys credibly beat him.
Akibono.
But when they did have a match with him, and if they did beat him, it made him look like he was incompetent at wrestling. You're that big and you can't beat this guy.
How many times is Strowman gonna run into the corner post and then lose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Dougie said it. Akibono. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Doug.
I got to see Bianca versus Bailey, last woman standing. That was a very good match. It was a very fun match. It lasted maybe 5 minutes longer than I would have. Once that golf cart spot happened and Bianca flipped Bailey onto the table, which she missed completely. Mm-hmm. I am the table. You should have gone home after that. And they kept going for about 4 or 5 minutes afterwards. And that was kind of like, What else did I watch besides the main event? I think that's it. There was a lot that I wanted to watch, but then in the moment, just for whatever reason, it just wasn't clicking with me. Logan Paul and Roman Reigns. We both saw that before we pressed the record button tonight. One word.
Mad.
Explain. Why mad?
I'm so mad that I have to actually say that Logan Paul is so good. I'm so mad that I have to say this match itself was so good.
Match of the week candidate.
I'm so mad that fucking Roman won this match, didn't lose to the guy.
Wait,
because it was
you would have been happy if Logan Paul won the belt?
Yeah.
Wow, you got that on tape, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, let's not lie,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Porsche was in here.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if she's still in there.
Lady and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You would have wanted Logan Paul to win.
I don't know.
You wouldn't rank that as like fucking.
Hector's a little pretty sometimes.
You wouldn't. Oh wait, here, Hector. You and I. Do this while you can, because once that baby comes out, gone. David Arquette winning the world title. Logan Paul wouldn't surpass that.
If Logan Paul would have won, I would have been like, all right.
Wow.
I would have been like, okay, cool.
I'm surprised. Okay.
Now, I think the reason why you should be more surprised isn't because, like, oh, he's this celebrity that came in and, like, no. The reason why you would be more surprised that I'm actually giving him all his flowers is because I don't really want to like him because of all the bullshit that he's done with him and his brother on YouTube and the Japan stuff and all the other shit that makes him a dick. In real life, I think he's a bit of a dick. Now, there's some people that have said, well, yeah, he's learned and he's grown and whatever. That was him 3-4 years ago. He's young, so he's quickly developing into his real personality. And, you know, I'm a different person than what I was 5 years ago. I'm a very different person than what I was 10, 15 years ago. I get it.
Yeah, a lot more hair.
Yeah, I did. I did. So I get it, but I also kind of like
devil's advocate. Yeah.
Like, this fool was supposed to stay canceled. like that's kind of how I feel.
Damn.
Like, why the fuck is this guy not canceled still? You know, and that's kind of how I feel, because I felt kind of strongly about it, like, no. We're gonna cancel this guy. I was on that bandwagon with the both of them, because see, I can't really say which one is exactly Logan and which one is exactly Jake. You know, like, the only reason I could tell them apart now is because, oh, Logan's the one that's been wrestling and Jake is the one that I don't watch when he's doing MMA and boxing. Okay, cool.
He boxes MMA fighters.
Yeah,
beat Anderson Silva.
Okay, whatever.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah. So it's like, okay,
fall from grace, Anderson Silva. What the fuck, dude? Go on.
Right. So it's like, this dude's supposed to be canceled. He's not canceled anymore. Like, can he be uncanceled? Why? Just because he's a good wrestler? And because I like wrestling? That seems like I'm going against my own fucking ethics.
Rewind. You know? What did you think of him after his first match at WrestleMania?
I thought it was all right. I thought he was good. I still thought Bad Bunny was better.
What did you think about Logan Paul after his second match against The Miz?
I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. I still think that Bad Bunny was better.
Tonight, what do you think of Logan Paul now?
God damn it, Bad Bunny. You better come back and you better fucking train. And I want you to see you kick Logan Paul's ass, so that way I can still support you more, Bad Bunny. Because right now, God damn it, Bad Bunny, you making it hard on a brother to like you more than to like Logan Paul. And I don't want to have to like Logan Paul more than I like you, Bad Bunny. But you know what? God damn it, right now, you're forcing my hand. You better get off of the concert train, get back from world tours and all that, and you better wrestle somebody. I want to see you fucking kick Drew's ass. I want to see you kick fucking
Cross's ass.
I want to see you kick everybody's ass. You know what? Beat Rey Mysterio for good measure too. Out lucha him, if you will. So that way I can be like, oh, well, see, you know, Bad Bunny's a lot better than Logan Paul. So fuck Logan Paul. He should have stayed canceled. And that way I can still be like, yeah, look at Bad Bunny.
3 years from now, I want to replace that poster with Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
miss you, man.
Hector says Punk's first appearance is as a cage fight commentator. Hashtag CFFC114. What is CFFC?
Cuff.
Is that the thing? Like when you have like a hair?
How can you be a nothing promotion and have 113 of you already?
Yeah. It sounds like when you have a hair on your tongue, you're like, cuff, cuff, cuff. You know, that's what it sounds like. Trying to get the hair off of your tongue.
Sometimes you gotta dig for that G spot, bro.
Lost in the forest.
Just walking around with a lantern like Frey.
I need a goddamn compass. Where's the North Star? I can't find it.
Fuck the compass. I need a shovel.
Oh, we hit the water table.
I know exactly what an orgasm sounds like. So, I can't hate Roman anymore, man. It's just so fucking good.
Yeah.
There are times when you sit through a 3-hour pay-per-view, 2.5 hours in a 3-hour pay-per-view, and for whatever reason, just for fatigue in general, main event title matches can be a chore to watch.
Sometimes
physically. Yeah. That was my first time watching it from start to finish. I wouldn't mind watching that bitch again when we're done recording.
I think part of the novelty of it too is that you don't know what you have with a Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Right? So this was his third match. And this was for stakes, the biggest of them.
Devil's advocate, after watching him twice, a fucking compliment. I already knew what I was going to get with Logan Paul, and he gave us more new shit.
That blockbuster was pretty cool, and I didn't see that coming. The frog splash onto the announcer's table. God damn, that was cool with the fucking camera phone at the same time.
The beautiful tribute to Hangman. With that buckshot lariat.
That buckshot lariat was very smooth.
Yeah.
It was smooth. Which Hangman's is not smooth. But I think
even Hangman, when he does it, sometimes doesn't look too smooth depending on who he's hitting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hangman's never looks smooth. Hangman's looks more impactful. But Logan's look
graceful.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a shame we're not gonna get him back for a while.
Because is he going on tour with Bad Bunny?
Newsflash. He has a tear in his meniscus, ACL, and MCL.
Thank you for reminding me.
The unholy trinity. So he gone for a while.
Yeah.
Which means Bad Bunny could just slide, hop in the cut. You don't think for 1 minute that this WrestleMania in LA, you're not going to bring out all the heavy artillery and get the fanfare? You don't tell. If I don't get The Rock, Batista, Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, and a fifth mystery fucking celebrity that we have no idea that they even exist, and they just show up the day of WrestleMania and pull out a 6-star banger, I'm going to be severely disappointed. It's fucking LA. You pull out all the stops for LA. Brand new SoFi Stadium, 2 nights. Expensive ass fucking WrestleMania. You better do something to make us remember what Triple H can do. So, but Logan Paul's out, and I don't want Jake Paul. Fuck that.
Why?
The 60 seconds that Jake Paul was in the ring at Crown Jewel, he had negative wrestling acumen. Not some, not none. Negative wrestling acumen. He made the Usos look like dog shit. How? The reverse New Day.
Right when you're saying that, I get a message from Hector in the live chat. He says, have Logan brothers take the tag title belts off the Usos.
Fuck you, Hector. I still like you, but fuck you.
The Paul brothers. Yeah, the Logan brothers. Paul Logan. No, that's Paul London. What? They're fighting in London? Where's Kendrick?
That's all the Crown Jewel that we saw.
Okay.
Yeah. From what you saw, what'd you think?
I thought it was all right. It's becoming less of a exhibition spectacle, and it's becoming more of okay, this is an actual well, I was gonna say pay-per-view, but premium live event. And while again, I have mixed feelings about this whole Saudi thing
from a business side,
right? I have mixed feelings about it. I hope that this combined with what they did earlier at Clash at the Castle will maybe give Triple H the ambition to do what Vince never did, which is
put the W,
the W in WWE. Yeah. So go out to fucking France.
Go back to
Germany,
Australia. That Super Showdown was dope.
Japan, China, Canada, Mexico. Fuck, go down to fucking Brazil or something, like showcase more world talent.
You won't be butthurt at all if the big 4 pay-per-views are not here in the United States.
I won't be butthurt if a few of them are, right? If we still get the majority of the B premium live events and 2 out of the 4 big 4 in the States, cool.
If WrestleMania stays in North America and everything else is worldwide,
I'll be okay with that as long as it's a rotation. We don't want. I don't want it like how fucking All Out is always in Chicago, right? I don't want it to where
CM Punk only wrestled in Chicago after
SummerSlam is only in fucking Saudi, or it's only in.
Well, technically, Crown Jewel's only been in Saudi.
Yes, but we're talking about the big 4. Yeah. That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Now I would understand if they made King of the Ring always in the UK.
I'm glad you brought that up
sense.
Because they're the rumor mill is churning out the idea that Triple H is going to end the gimmick pay-per-views.
Okay.
And possibly bring back gimmick Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank.
Yeah, TLC.
Bring back King of the Ring and narrow the pay-per-view schedule down to 10 per year. They canceled Day 1 in Atlanta, which was supposed to happen in a couple after fucking Survivor Series. That's off the table. Yeah, I would love to see more international stuff. It just so happened I saw some of Crown Jewel live as it happened because I was off of work that day and it started at 1 or 12. And guess what? Its show was over. I was like, wait, I have a whole fucking evening. All right, let's go do something.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Yeah, or it being on a Saturday, Royal Rumble. Yeah. Tickets are selling for Royal Rumble right now, and it's going to be on a Saturday night in San Antonio. Again,
it's funny because I said, "Oh yeah, it was nice," as though I watched it, but I didn't watch it, and then I had to think in my head, "Wait, why do I feel the same way that he just said, and why do I feel that recently?" Oh. There was a baseball game that wasn't at 7. It was in the afternoon. I was like, oh, the game's over and I have the rest of the day to do activities. So, yes, I had the same feeling, but for a different event. I think it was one of the Yankee games. Or was that 3 or 2 o'clock or something?
Which was weird that we had a lot of the day games Astros did for most of the entire playoffs until the World Series.
Yeah.
And American League was getting, National League was getting all that other stuff. But
yeah.
Couple of notes. Ring of Honor tickets are already on sale. Final Battle. It's happening December 10th on a Saturday at UT in Arlington, and it's at 3 in the afternoon. Why?
Okay.
I don't know. To counter program, NXT is doing a deadline pay-per-view premium live event that's happening at night. So that's going to be 2 times the wrestling for that Saturday, which we're going to cover eventually. We'll preview it eventually. AEW is going through Texas again, San Antonio, Dallas. They're doing Winners Coming in Dallas, and they're doing Corpus 2, I think, or something like that. As of October 27th, Jim Ross is cancer-free.
Oh! Ta-da.
Yeah. I think that's all I got.
What you got? Hector in the live chat says, what do you think about Nakamura versus the Great Muta?
Oh my God. I forgot to write that down too, because I've had 4 different pages of notes because we kept canceling shows. Mm-hmm. was not expecting the Forbidden Door to come out from WWE's building. Man, I'm gonna be that guy.
Oh, what guy? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's gonna be that guy.
The sentiment is awesome because it's the Great Muda's farewell tour. I hope you guys aren't expecting like a 5-star Meltzer breaker because Muda can't move. Muda can't move like he used to. You know, fucking before COVID, New Japan Ring of Honor did the G1 Supercard, and he was the last entrant in that Battle Royal. Dude, he's ginger. Even though his character is, I'm gonna walk very slow and methodical to the ring, and as soon as the bell rings, I'm gonna hit you with fast impact moves. Shasha, pocket sand. That's not happening now. Muda don't wrestle like that no more. So what do you expect? Like, I'm expecting like 2 Kinshasas and a Oregato gozaimasu, and he's gone.
And then,
yeah. Like, I don't want to get my hope. It's fucking awesome that Nakamura is getting the opportunity to do this out of respect to Muda. Obviously, Triple H has a fuck ton of respect for Muda also. Mm-hmm. But am I going to pay $30 to watch a Noah pay-per-view for 8 minutes of mostly nothing from Muda because of his age and his physical condition? That is not going to convince me to watch it. I might catch a little clip of it on Facebook or on YouTube if it shows up for me, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God. Now, does this crack in the Forbidden Door lead for a more opportunity for something else? Then I'll be enticed. Mm-hmm. Like, you want to do War of the Worlds? Give me fucking Nakamura against Kazuchika Okada. Mm-hmm. You know?
Wrong promotion, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like other promotions, but I mean...
So, Hector says it's not Kinshasa, it's Bumaye. Okay.
Unless he comes out to his WWE gear and WWE theme.
So, Hector also says Ospreay is calling out Seth for a match.
Yeah. Should be he's been doing that for fucking months.
Ospreay's been calling out all kinds of people. He always calls out other folks. Like, that's kind of his Twitter shtick. So I wouldn't read too much into that. Like, that, I don't think that's since Nakamura's doing it and Ospreay's calling out Seth, that it's actually going to happen.
I don't know a lot of Noah to know if that New Year's Day show is as big of a hoopla as Wrestle Kingdom. But if Triple H, that's where I think Triple H's medal is going to be tested. It's one thing if it's Pro Wrestling Noah, a show that a lot of people don't watch, on New Year's Day, where everybody's going to have so many different things to do, they might not catch it. Wrestle Kingdom has been established at least for 15 years.
Right.
So if you're going to have Will Ospreay versus Seth Rollins live on competitors' programming, on pay-per-view or on their network, win or lose, then I'm going to be like, oh shit, anything can happen now. Like this is we're far from Jushin Thunder Liger at TakeOver against Tyler Breeze.
Right.
That was a one-time thing. But if this becomes a constant, then it starts becoming the good parts of WCW when you didn't know who was going to show up that week.
Okay.
Oh shit, I don't know who. I need to watch SmackDown and Raw. I'm gonna have to fucking walk through Raw, but I need to watch it because anybody could show up from anywhere now. Triple H has proved it. He's sent people over there, and now we got teases of something happening over here.
Right.
So, in the moment, the match itself, Nakamura, Great Muda, it's cool for emotional reasons as a fan.
Yeah.
Of lore of wrestling. Yeah. But if you're looking for
a match,
you have a better chance lighting one in the kitchen.
I would like to tell you about what my reaction was when I saw it. Had it pop up in one of my friend groups. Just sent the picture of the graphic of Nakamura and Muda, and I look at it and I reacted, "Oh, cool." Wait, hold on. And then that's
Muda's coming to WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I was like, no, Nakamura's go. Oh, wow.
Tokyo is really not that far from LA.
Yes, it is. Yes, Yes, it is.
The LA dojo from New Japan is not that far from LA.
That's true. So yeah, I see the significance. However, Tony Khan wasn't the one to invent the fucking Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
You mentioned a couple of those there, Thunder Liger coming to NXT. Back when
Liger in WCW.
Yeah, back when ECW, what's that story Paul Heyman likes to tell, how a WWE guy and a WCW guy were fighting
contracted wrestlers for an ECW title in an ECW arena.
Exactly. Like, shit's happened before. Christian showing up on TNA because of
Ric Flair's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
The Horseman.
And then, of course, you got Mickey James showing up in the Rumble, right? So the Forbidden Door is not something TK invented. It's not something that's never, ever, ever, ever happened, but it has happened. The only thing is that every time that it has happened, it's been a complete one-off due to some really weird extenuating circumstances.
Or in Tony Khan's case, it's only to benefit Tony Khan's contracted talent and never the other way around.
But looking at it from WWE's perspective, it's never... It's always been because of extenuating circumstances. It's always been something very outlier weird. It's
Mascaras in 96 Rumble.
Yeah, it's never been something like, oh shit, this is the beginning of an invasion. The only time that it ever was when it really was the invasion. But that was because WWE actually bought WCW and ECW. So even then it wasn't an invasion. It was an invasion just kayfabe, right? So they've never done it, but they've done it. So that makes me think that this is just a one-off as a tip of the cat to Muta, and that's it. Like, people getting excited, like, oh my God, the Forbidden Door is now a thing in WWE. No, it's always been a thing in WWE. The thing is, Tony Khan made it a bigger thing in AEW than what it had been before.
By making it an actual event.
Right, yeah. People. And, like, doing it more consistently. Even though he's kind of not done it for a while now, ever since he bought ROH, because a lot of those Forbidden Doors were from ROH, but now he owns it. So, and then the relationship soured between, say, MLL and New Japan and whatever. So there's not as many people walking through those doors. So I'm not excited for, the possibilities of what this could bring. No, I'm not. I'm also, just like you, not excited for the match itself. Like, thank you, Muta. This is going to be a really good, respectful farewell for you. I'm glad that the WWE was able to respect you by sending one of their guys, who's also one of your guys, back to you. That's cool, but that's all it is. I'm not putting down 30 ducats to watch it. I'm sure nothing big is going to happen other than a respect.
You mean yen?
Yeah, and nothing but a respect fest, which is cool, but I'm not excited to buy it or watch it or whatever. Hector says, I think we're going to see Sasha fighting for the IWGP Women's title.
I'm thinking that too. There's a graphic right now leading people to believe that Sasha and Naomi are going to team up with Bianca and Alexa and Asuka for the 5-on-5 women's match at War Games. I don't see that at all. I'm seeing Sasha challenging for I forgot the girl's name that won the belt. She's wrestled before. She wrestled at G1 Supercard.
Hector, help us out here.
Yeah,
because I have no idea.
She's the young one, not Mako, not Satomura. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know as soon as Hector types it in, because he's the human Japanese Google, and I'm gonna be like, that's the motherfucker. But that's if New Japan's been in a rut for me for quite some time. There isn't. I think the bloom is off the rose at this point as far as freshness goes, as the concept of New Japan compared to American wrestling. Okay. We've watched enough of New Japan to make our decisions, decide who we like, who we don't, what shows we watch, what we don't watch. It's been watered down a lot with New Japan Strong and their own set of titles, almost like Raw and SmackDown, which kind of watered it down for me a little bit. But if they want to make an attempt to get more American viewers, more American audience, possibly more American tourism in Japan for the Wrestle Kingdom week because it's on a Thursday this year. Fuck, every time I try to go to Wrestle Kingdom, the schedule fucking works. Having Mercedes Verdano on that card, even if it's in the middle of the card, because they're going back to one night only, you're going to get a lot of people talking. A lot.
Yeah.
Now, how much of that is her going on her own fucking WWE, or how much of that is Triple H? Oh, hey, we sent Nakamura. How about we send you to Wrestle Kingdom?
Possibly.
And does that tarnish the appearance of Sasha Banks, Mercedes Varnado, if she's going on her own volition as opposed to a marketing ploy from WWE as co-promotion? Which would be kind of interesting if it's WWE and then AEW and fucking New Japan. Everybody's like playing in this Japanese playground for one day to get New Japan over.
That's so weird. Yeah, it's Kyrie versus Jazzy Gabbert for the inaugural IWGP Women's Title. So Kyrie versus Jazzy.
Kyrie, okay, yeah. All right.
Kyrie Sane. Nah. Kyrie Irving. Well, cool. I don't know if I have a whole lot to add to that. There's some things that I agree with you on. You know, New Japan is. It was at a point where it was going to be, all right, I really do need to make an effort, and now I don't feel that way. And I think it's the lack of the Bullet Club. I know Bullet Club is still around, but when the best members of the Bullet Club are on Impact, you know.
Ace Austin, Chris Bay.
Yeah.
They're teaming in the Junior Tag League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the freshness and the fire and the rebelness that wrestling fans really, really like a lot of, that's no longer in the Bullet Club in New Japan, right? So that like, oh, they're bucking the system and they're taking over and they're gonna, you know, stick it to IWGP because they're the people now that are, you know, like that feeling isn't there anymore. It's not edgy and cool to like the Bullet Club now. Now it's like, oh, the Bullet Club's still around?
Still?
Oh, okay, cool. Wait, who's in the Bullet Club? Oh, a couple of guys from Impact. Oh, well, I like Chris Bay. Really?
Jay White's still champ?
Wait, oh yeah, he is? Oh, yeah, Switchblade. Yeah, he's cool. Wait, isn't he on AEW? No, he's in ROH. No, wait, he's in Japan? Well, oh, okay. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, one more bone of contention before you start talking
Chris Bay
about...
is in town tomorrow. Oh, okay, cool. Why is he in town?
It's Houston. Oh.
Doing it for the H.
He's going to get buried in the H.
We was about to not bury McCullers in the H. That motherfucker was about to get buried in fucking Galveston. God damn it, McCullers.
No, we're about to bury him in Pasadena.
If he really didn't watch it, bury it, that's a fucking fighter.
So, transition king here. Would you bury Lance McCullers next to the Money in the Bank briefcase?
No, because I want to respect McCullers.
Do you understand what I mean when I ask you this question?
Yeah. I did see that where there was an attempted cash-in on the U.S. title, and it wasn't successful.
After it was already an open challenge. Seth Rollins issued the open challenge, got his ass whooped by Lashley, and then he decided to cash in the briefcase and he lost. He looked like he just finished watching Game 2 of the World Series. He looked like the kid from fucking Schitt's Creek. He did that face.
What?
Yes.
So no, I saw it. I still don't understand it. So there was, I get, okay. I understand the part of it's for any title. If it's for any title, why would anybody choose to go after the United States or Intercontinental and anything other than the world title? Like, you know?
So there's two things wrong with this. And one is actually more egregious than the other, because I've made this complaint for years on this show. Is I want to be fucking surprised.
Okay.
I don't want the dude coming out every week. I don't want him walking out with the briefcase. I don't want to hear it in promos. Downplay that shit. Sell yourself as who you are. You are the money in the bank, not the briefcase. They had a golden opportunity to finally swerve me, and WWE fucked it up. And I'll tell you when they fucked it up. It was a random ass episode of fucking NXT where Austin Theory came out to taunt Braun Breaker with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Okay.
Before, I think it was Halloween Havoc or the NXT special that happened before that. I would have lost my shit quicker than a colonoscopy if fucking Theory cashed in on Braun Breaker after Braun Breaker defeated fucking JD McDonough and little Ilya Dragunov in the triple threat for the title.
Little Ilya.
If Theory out of nowhere with no warning or no tease came out and stole the belt from fucking Steiner, you could have been off to the races. You could have had a fucking money storyline with one of the youngest guys from NXT who actually never got the chance to hold the belt that everybody else did and his group did.
All right.
Against Braun, who's still fucking like the guy that you like to hate, but you still bark because he's related to people that bark. But you just wore that fucker out and just like went, and didn't do anything with it. He showed up once just to tease that he had the briefcase, and he never showed up on NXT since. And then he shows up and fucking takes basically Raw's main title, because one guy's got both belts and he only shows up on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So in essence, that's why they did it, because that's their main title and they want to make it prestigious again. But I would think what would be more prestigious is that they had their own heavyweight title.
So there's been a lot of rumors flying around that there's talk of figuring out a way to get one, if not both, the belts off of Roman. And you just got rid of a very good option. Now, I'm not saying Austin Theory is a good option. The Money in the Bank briefcase is a good option, because if you don't like Austin Theory, which I don't, to be the person to beat Roman, I get it. But you could fucking Kennedy and Edge that shit, right? Mm-hmm. Have Austin Theory put up the Money in the Bank briefcase against somebody that you would like beating Roman for one of the belts, right? Have fucking, I don't know, Drew or Cross or Omos, for all I give a shit. Lashley, fucking Braun, whoever. Have them beat Austin Theory, then have the briefcase, and then later cash it in. But now you've taken that briefcase entirely out of play. So now you're further hamstringing your options on what you could do with the problem of Roman having both belts. Because you want to sit there, because you said the exact same thing that Hector said in the live chat. It was, oh, well, that is the main title on Raw. No, it's not.
No,
it's not. Mm-hmm. The main title on Raw just happens to be on SmackDown because you fucked it up.
Yeah.
That's not the main title on Raw. It's supposed to be the secondary title on Raw. Yeah. You know? So, no. You're not gonna, no. So wasting the Money in the Bank on a secondary title and then not winning in a segment that was supposed to be an open challenge anyway. Now, I get it. You could explain it away by saying that, but Lashley was the one who answered the open challenge, and then the open challenge never happened. And it's like, the open challenge never happened. If this was truly about Austin Theory wanting to get a shot at the United States title, it should have nothing to do with the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
he should have been the person that went out instead of Lashley. Or as United States Open challenges go, there's always one the next week.
Yep.
That's how ever since Cena started doing that, everybody that has a United States title wants to do open challenges. And they always do more than one.
I think my premonition is that Theory's character got buried after Vince left and Roman called him out on that promo that your daddy's not here anymore. Who's your daddy? And after that, Theory's credibility completely sank with me.
And that's okay. But why fucking do that with the Money in the Bank? I get it that, yes, you need to have people sometimes lose the Money in the Bank. To that way you keep the element of surprise. Now, we've had a few of those already happen. We didn't need another one, and we didn't need it against the United States champion during an open challenge when you could really use that for a bigger problem. Like you're really fucking yourself for your own booking.
And that's why I feel like the bigger ball drop was not going through with the NXT move. I would have had Austin Theory win the NXT title from Braun Breaker,
right,
and run with it.
And we've had that kind of stuff happen before, where it's like, oh, you think you're going to go for the main title of Raw or SmackDown, but hey, you guys forget about NXT because that's what Charlotte did, remember?
And that was awesome.
Yeah,
NXT's ratings went up, and it elevated Rhea.
It elevated Rhea, and it elevated NXT, which you would think that Triple H will want to do now. Yeah, it's still multicolored instead of black and gold, but bro, you have the keys to that castle now too. So if you want to rehabilitate it, that's one way that you could do it.
Not send R-Truth down there and have him do a flip and get hurt, and now he's out for 6-9 months.
No. Hector says he had a better shot at winning the 24/7 title.
Oh fuck. He still does have a better chance of winning. All you gotta do is go pick it up off the floor.
Next to the trash can. The trash can.
Yeah. That was a perfectly fitting send-off. She's just walking and missed the trash can. Are you working this weekend?
Yes, I am.
Tell them where.
UPW. We are having our first show in Houston. We're going to be at the Houston Premier Arena.
Oh no. You're coming here?
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Houston Premier Arena, which is right over there by like Harrisburg, and I want to say like 73rd. It might be 72nd. I'm not sure, but basically, the hood.
Bring your gun.
Yeah.
And cash money, because in Raspas at Tampico. Woo!
Yes. Maybe go to El Jardín afterwards.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't have the mariachis playing
that
there.
Whataburger drive-thru on Navigation is open 24 hours, y'all.
You know that they also have the Long John Silver's over there next to the Thunderbolt.
Nah, that's been closed.
That one is the closed.
That's been closed. Don't play with my emotions. I'm off tomorrow.
I know.
I would have made the effort.
I'm sorry.
Well, if it makes you feel better, the Long John Silver's in Pasadena, like half a mile from the Cinemark, is still open. Oh yeah. Kill my liver.
All right. We will be at the Houston Premier Arena on Saturday. This Saturday coming up.
What's the main event? What's Duperon getting into? You make that face like, oh, that motherfucker reminded me of Duperon.
God damn it, fucking Duperon. God damn, I can't.
You dupe.
Yes. Well, before I could talk about what's coming up on this show, I need to talk a little bit about our last event. Dougie, I hope you're still watching. He is now the second person to be undefeated in UPW. He actually won his match against Johnny Blade, which was, a surprise. It was the first time wrestling. So good job, Doug. So that was cool. We do still have a lot going on with Blade Enterprises, still kind of taking over everything and still being prominent. And I don't know how this is going to work out. We're at some point, Johnny Blade is dead. Blade Enterprises is just going to have to get got, but they're not yet. But Jay Davis is still the world heavyweight champ or UPW heavyweight champion, and he's going to be defending his title, which is going to be pretty cool. But we have Duperon taking on Kenny Calypso, and Kenny Calypso is the PWF champion. So PWF versus UPW Texas title, both are going to be on the line.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty cool seeing Kenny do that. So yeah, that's what.
So shenanigans because nobody wants to pull double duty in wrestling anymore.
I guess so.
Oh, fuck.
The wood chipper, our cruiserweight champion Chris Lyons, he's going to be taking on Lil Poppy, who's being managed by Stony only.
I thought you were going to tell me about Big Daddy.
No.
The Big Mama.
Lil Poppy being managed by Stony only. And Stony only is having a bit of a, I don't know if I want to say homecoming, but that's kind of his stomping grounds, the Houston Premier Arena, because there's other promotions that wrestle out of there. And that's kind of where Stony kind of got his start. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But, the wood chipper, he don't play. So Chris Lyons just fucks everybody up. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lil Poppy will fare against him. Yeah, that's what we got going on this Saturday. Houston Premier Arena. Come on out.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We will be back next week to preview AW Full Gear.
Hector says, yeah, Houston Premier Arena is where Chris Bay is going to be tomorrow along with Alan Angel. So there's a different show, I guess, tomorrow, which is Friday.
Yeah. I saw that.
Alan Angel. I think I saw that too. Yeah. Alan Angels and Chris Bay. Yeah. There's going to be other people that are there for that one, but that's Friday. Yeah. UPW is Saturday. Same place, because that's how the Houston Premier Arena rolls. It's basically like a ready wrestling arena that has multiple.
They don't have brand loyalty. Their brand loyalty is fuck you, pay me.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll be
put
here.
Down the ducats. You can have a show.
We'll be here next week to preview Full Gear.
Okay. Next Thursday.
Yes.
Next Thursday, preview of Full Gear. All right. Cool. Sounds good.
Anything else?
I think that's it, man. We good? Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's the show. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy. Boop.
God.